Top of the morning, everyone. My name is Katie. I'm an educator here at Stone Zoo, and today we are so excited to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little early here with some animals that are always wearing green. They hail not from the Emerald Isle, but from the land down under. We're going to be talking all about our splendid tree frogs. And today's Zoo to You is brought to you by MIFA on behalf of the U Fund College Investing Plan. And if you have any questions during our video, please type them in the chat and we'll try to answer them as we go through and talk about our splendid frogs. So let's get a little closer look. We have 7 splendid tree frogs in this exhibit. And this is an Australian species of tree frog. They are from the northwestern range of Australia in the Kimberley area. And they are a carnivorous species. So we are going to be feeding them some of their favorite foods here at the zoo, which are crickets, as we talk a little bit more about them. So if we want to get a closer look at what they're about to eat, they are eating crickets. These are the only live things that we feed to animals at the zoo. So insects are the only things that we'll feed live. And our frogs are really good at hunting and looking for their food. So you'll get a look at these frogs. They are green in appearance with some yellow spots on them, and that is really good cryptic coloration that's going to help them blend in and stay safe from predators. They do have some other ways of defending themselves from predators as well. If we take a look at some of our frogs, you'll notice on the back of their head, woo, splash zone, on the back of their head, they have these 2 large sacs, and maybe we can get a view of their back to maybe get a look at those. And those are actually poison glands. They have the largest poison glands of amphibians in Australia, and that poison is not going to hurt a human, but it will help deter predators, especially snakes and birds that might be trying to predate on this species. One thing that is really, really cool about these splendid frogs is that they have a really long lifespan. They can live up to 20 years, possibly even longer in human care. And our splendid frogs, we have 7 here at the zoo. They are actually turning 6 years old next month. So they have a nice long life ahead of them and maybe even a little bit of growing still. This is a pretty large species of frog, usually ranging around 4 inches, so they might get a little bit bigger too. And female splendid frogs can lay up to 1,000 eggs at a time. So it's quite a few eggs. It will take them a few months to hatch out into tadpoles. One of my favorite things about splendid frogs are their relationships to humans. So while humans, can cause things like habitat destruction, and the frogs may have, less areas to live, they also can provide these frogs with safe places to live as well. So in the Kimberley region of Australia, it is pretty common to have these frogs living either in or around people's homes. They are commonly found in bathrooms because bathrooms are really humid. We have our showers going. There's large bodies of water for them, like toilet tanks. So it's really common to have them hanging out in people's bathrooms. People provide them with a safe place to live, and the frogs provide them with some pest control. Since they are insectivores eating lots of different invertebrates, they will eat other bugs, spiders, things that we don't necessarily want in our homes, kind of keeping those populations down. They're also found sometimes in water tanks or even mailboxes during the day, a good place to get out of the sun, cool down. It can get really hot in Australia. And then since they are primarily nocturnal, once they're awake at night, it's a little bit cooler. They'll come out and do the majority of their hunting and feeding at night. So here at the zoo, our frogs get crickets. And you can see they'll all start jumping down, looking for their crickets once we place them in their tank. You might also notice some behaviors as they're hunting. So one thing is this mouth opening. That's just something that they'll do after they've eaten. And when frogs are eating, something that they have to do is actually use their eyeballs to help push the food down their throats. They don't have the same muscles for swallowing that we do. So you might even see their eyeballs kind of push in their head, and that's just helping to get the food down their throats. And Lexi, do we have any questions about splendid tree frogs?
Where can you find these splendid tree frogs at the Stone Zoo?
So these frogs are in the Animal Discovery Center at Stone Zoo. Unfortunately, that building is closed at this time, so this is a really great opportunity to get to see them up close and really active as well. All right, well, we are just about out of time. I want to thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope that everyone has a really great St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Thank you for joining us for today's Zoo to You, which is brought to you by MIFA on behalf of the U Fund College Investing Plan. Bye.